Welcome back to the channel. I'm thrilled to guide you through one of the most strategic parts of the PTE reading section, reorder paragraphs. Today, we're going to deconstruct a passage about human history, learning how to spot those tiny linguistic clues that glue sentences together. By the end of this session, you'll be able to navigate logical sequences with total confidence and precision. If you're finding these strategies helpful, make sure to follow and subscribe to my PTE Pro. Let's keep working together to hit that target score you're aiming for. The invention of writing is widely considered one of the most critical milestones in human history. This sentence serves as the ideal starting point because it introduces a broad critical milestones theme without requiring any prior context. By highlighting the invention of writing as a monumental event in human history, it sets the stage for a chronological exploration of how this development unfolded. I am placing this sentence in the first position. It functions as the independent topic sentence because it introduces the general theme of the passage without using any transitional words or pronouns that refer to previous information. Early humans first began communicating through simple pictographs carved into cave walls thousands of years ago. After the general introduction, the text shifts to the chronological origins, describing how early humans initiated the process. The mention of simple pictographs provides a concrete starting point for the communicating methods that would eventually lead to the invention mentioned previously. This sentence occupies the second position in the sequence. It follows the introductory sentence by narrowing the focus to the historical beginning of the topic, moving from the broad concept of writing to the specific early methods used by humans. Over time, these rudimentary drawings evolved into more complex systems, such as the cuneiform script developed by the Sumerians. This sentence bridges the gap between art and script by referencing these rudimentary drawings, which points directly back to the pictographs mentioned in the previous sentence. It describes how they evolved into complex systems like the cuneiform script, showing a clear progression in development. I am placing this sentence in the third position. It uses a demonstrative phrase to refer back to the drawings described in the second sentence, establishing a clear chronological evolution from simple images to structured writing systems. This advancement allowed societies to record laws, trade transactions, and literature rather than relying solely on oral traditions. The phrase, "this advancement," acts as a cohesive tie, referring to the transition into complex scripts described previously. It explains the functional shift where societies could record laws and trade transactions, marking a departure from oral traditions. This sentence occupies the fourth position. It begins with a phrase that summarizes the development mentioned in the previous sentence, then explains the practical benefits and societal changes that resulted from that specific technological leap. Ultimately, the ability to preserve knowledge across generations laid the foundational bedrock for modern civilization. The transition word "ultimately" signals the conclusion of the narrative arc. It summarizes the long-term impact of being able to preserve knowledge, which acted as the foundational bedrock for the development of modern civilization. I am placing this sentence in the fifth position. It uses a concluding adverb to signal the end of the explanation and provides a final summary of the significance of the entire process described in the preceding sentences. To master reorder paragraphs, always start by identifying the independent sentence that doesn't rely on outside information. Look for logic anchors like pronouns and transition words that link ideas between boxes. Finally, ensure the sequence follows a logical or chronological progression to maximize your score in this high-value reading task.